Peace and blessings to you wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Bradford in West Yorkshire, and welcome to my mini series of Born in Bradford. So I have recently recorded a few videos to which I've received many positive comments. Thank you for commenting, thank you for taking part. And if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe, please share, please get it out to the world, please get it out to your friends so we can be interactive and talk to many generations through these videos. So I want to take you back to roughly 1982, and I am attending Manningham Middle School here in Bradford. So imagine the first day of coming to school. So mum and dad bring me into school. We go to see the head teacher, who I believe at that time was Mr. Shaw. I remember seeing the secretary banging on her massive typewriter, and then Mr. Shaw walking us through the assembly hall to the classrooms, through the brown wooden floored corridor, and into a particular class which I think was Yellow 3 with Mr. Pickles. And I think how it was registered was Yellow 1 was the top group, and Yellow 2 and Yellow 3 in that particular manner. And I remember being surrounded by many Yorkshire boys and Yorkshire girls who were speaking very fast. Walaikum salam, hiya bhai. Assalamualaikum bhai. How are you? Alhamdulillah. We are doing nostalgia. 1982-ish Manningham Middle School, bhai.
Yes.
What do you remember? Tell the world. Actually, firstly, sorry, tell the world who you are first of all.
My name is Nazmul Khan. I live in the area.
Mashallah.
Manningham Middle School.
Gee.
I last went here 1978.
Oh, mashallah.
That's when I finished here.
Oh, mashallah, when you finished here.
Yeah.
Go on then, tell us your story.
And all my family,
Mashallah.
all my sisters went to this school.
Mashallah.
The headmaster, the last headmaster, Mr.
I remember Mr. Shaw.
No, it wasn't Shaw.
1982.
Forget it. McDonald? No.
Mr. McDonough, was
No.
he a later teacher?
Yeah, he was.
Okay, let me take you back, right, whilst I've got you, mashallah. This is going to be so lovely, right? And totally off the cuff. So, tell people 1978 is when you came into the school, is that correct?
No, when I finished.
So when did you start school?
74.
Tell people of your journey, of your first day, of your first year, of
Yeah,
school dinners, your
I can't
teachers.
remember. School dinner was lousy. I remember the good old cheese and onion pasties.
Oh, wow.
That's all I remember. Chips. That was the only halal food you could get, apart from boiled vegetables.
Ah,
And pudding.
okay.
Pineapple upside down. I remember that one.
Oh, wow.
What else was there? That was the main one.
So pudding used to be a great thing, right?
Yeah.
So roughly, 1974, 75.
74. Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember what the atmosphere was like in the class, whether people were speaking the same languages in terms of?
No, it was all same language. Everyone was speaking English.
Okay.
Very, very, very few were speaking English.
Okay.
And I remember, Green Lane?
Yes.
I remember I used to go to Brookfield, and we used to catch buses from over there.
So where's Brookfield? Where was Brookfield?
Redcar Road of Bradford, next to Green Gates. You know where Ecclesfield swimming baths are?
Okay.
Just behind there used to be Brookfield First.
So when you used to catch the bus, where did you catch it from? Who used to be on the bus? How many of you?
Double-decker bus. My bus, he had no number. He had a ball, so people could recognize the bus. Mine was a green ball.
Okay.
Yeah? And predominantly it was all Asians going traveling on this bus. Very few English, from what I can remember. They used to drop us off at Ecclesfield First School,
Okay.
Brookfield, and various other places.
Okay.
One just off. Forget what that road is.
Harrogate Road.
Harrogate Road. Yeah,
Harrogate Road.
There's a school there as well. So yeah.
Okay. But let's just go back to Manningham for a
Go
second,
on.
because I'm intrigued about Manningham, right? So you've come into the school. How many of you were Asian in class? roughly? Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Dad.
I think there were a lot of English compared to those Asians.
Okay. And how are you treated? Look, tired here. Assalamu alaikum.
We had no problems. You know, at that
That's
time,
the result, mashallah,
at that
mashallah.
time we had no problems.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. You okay, mate? Yeah.
No,
Mashallah,
no
mashallah.
problems whatsoever, mate.
Okay, and okay, take care. Thanks, guys. So, what do you remember from treatment of the teachers? How did they treat you?
Just spot on. No issues.
Mashallah,
There
right?
was.
Okay.
I would imagine those times were a lot different to what they are now.
Yeah.
We had no problems, mate.
Okay, and classrooms, your chairs, your desks,
I can remember
your
my
pens and
classroom.
papers.
One of my classrooms
Okay,
was over here.
so let's just hold this for a second. So one of the,
The canteen
classrooms
was just over the wall there.
okay. Canteen was over here.
The theatre was up there in the middle floor.
All right.
Yeah. Middle halfway up.
Okay.
The assembly area was on the far end.
Okay.
So yeah, I remember everything.
And what would you say, like, of school life? Because it sounds like you're a couple of years older than what I am, right? So compared to then and now, for all the youngsters that are watching it out here, right, that have the latest tech, they have the latest iPads, they have the latest technology, they have the latest vehicles, right? And life is so much easier in certain senses, right? What would you say to the people out there that comparing 1974, 78, 80, 82, 85, how is it different?
You learned something, didn't you? You didn't have all this modern technology to digress you from your learning. You actually studied, you learned something. Nowadays it's all computer-based learning, so you actually got it. I don't know if you remember in the old days, I bet you could remember a lot of telephone numbers. How many numbers can you remember
Absolutely,
now?
100%.
There you go.
100%.
There.
100%, right. Okay. So listen, versus 1980 versus like today, there's so many differences, isn't there?
Yeah.
From school dinners, school buses, technology. We didn't have the latest phones.
No.
Okay, we didn't have social media. So friends, I mean, look at this, right? Okay, he's come round, mashallah, and I was talking about this on. He's come round, he's taken time, he's put his arm around me, he's given time. We're having a conversation.
Middle of the road.
Middle of the road, and somebody's about to kill us, right? Okay, and now, in comparison to that, there's 6, 7, 8 people sat in a room, and majority are involved in technology.
Yeah.
We would play together all day,
Yep.
play football together all day.
Yep.
Okay, and friends would just like sit on the ground and just talk.
Yep.
It's just so different.
So different, yeah.
So different,
Used to
right?
share food, share crisps. I remember used to bring boxes of crisps for people. But those were the days.
And tell the guys, look, you mentioned we used to be able to eat cheese and onion pasty, a pineapple turnover, did you say, right?
And fish and chips. That was on the menu as well.
Okay, and halal food in
Non-existent.
terms of halal burgers, non-existent.
Nothing.
Pizzas, non-existent.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
And if you wanted to go and buy food, would I be right in saying we would often save our money, and it would be a treat on the weekend?
To be honest, I think, if I remember correctly, we were all on free dinner. Free milk as well, milk bottles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Remember the small milk
Absolutely,
bottle?
yeah, absolutely, right. And things like tuck shops or having extra money was probably not our thing.
No, parents used to give you money.
Yeah.
Used to go to the shops down there, buy cans of pop for 10p or something. Coca-Cola tin for 10p, 15p. Crisps for about 5p in the days.
Oh wow, mashallah. Okay, thanks for your time, buddy.
Right, no worries.
God bless you. Okay,
Yeah, thank
have a
you.
wonderful day. Jazakallah. And look at this. This used to be part of our walkway. And I believe on the left-hand side there, as you look at the boards, that was the school kitchen. And that was Noswell, mashallah. Totally caught me totally off guard, but really nice conversation. So he's been a policeman. I think he's been involved in youth and community work as well. And 1974. So look, he was a few years older than me, and we were just chatting about in school and outside school. We would get together, we would play, we would talk to one another. There wasn't any social media. I mean, social media is probably a word that has appeared over the last 20 years. Okay, at that time, your social media was you'd be social and go and speak to people and play with people and talk to people and get to know one another and care for one another. And things like The internet, I mean, the word was non-existent. Computers, a lot of people do not know what the internet is. So in terms of the internet, computers and wires and waves and communication is at 100 miles an hour, 1,000 miles an hour for that matter now. At that time, you would take time. You would go knock on someone's door, okay, your friends, and you would sit outside for 15 to 20 minutes just waiting for them to come out so you can go and play. And back at school, you would also learn from each other. You would play together as well. You would learn to read and write. Okay, there was no iPads, there was no technology, there was no voice recording, as I'm about to get knocked over in the middle of the road. Okay, you had to sit down and simply work hard. And it upsets me to talk about these things, but you know, we talk about things like anxiety and depression, and many other things that are related to mobile tech these days. One of the biggest issues when we're traveling around is, have we got Wi-Fi? And it becomes a means of depression trying to find Wi-Fi. And here's a shocker of a thought, that if we stop using the internet and we stop using mobile phones and we stop using the computer, what would happen to people like Amazon and eBay and many others, Alibaba and so on and so forth? I think there might be a revolution coming on, because they would probably go out of business, because we're addicted to these things, and any addiction is bad. Anything that ends in IST, like racist or fascist, is just bad. And I was just looking at the classroom and saw Mr. Shepherd's class at Manningham Middle, which used to be the art class, and it reminded me how he used to throw the board rubber at us in order to gain attention, and things like the cane and corporal punishment. Did I say that correctly? The cane and the belt, okay, or a clip round the head was fairly regular in order that we behaved correctly. And the journey from school to Manningham Middle would include a walk, okay, from this way here. And now the Majestic on Manningham Lane. At that time, I think it was it Mecca? Actually, that sounds terrible, I'm not even going to say that again. And the Dollars and Dimes nightclub. And how different it is now, with Abbasine right in the middle there, and a whole load of shops. And I was just saying earlier, in terms of food, you ate whatever you were given. Now look at choices of every single kind. There wasn't even halal burgers or halal type of shops that are available now. So the younger generations are so much more blessed, accessibility is so much more easier. And I would walk to school and from school to this place here. The one and only Hanover Square, a place that changed our lives. And it wasn't like this at that time. We didn't have a road at that time. And the people of this square, too many to name. Faz, Yaz, Raf, Niaz, Fazrahim Lala, Muzakhan Kakaji, Khudaydi Ubakhi, and so many others as well. And the more modern Masjid Nimra, and a famous wall that used to be here, upon which we used to sit for hours and hours. And so many people to name, okay, Faz and Tahir and Israr and God Mohsin, Qasim Khan and all the elders. So when we would come from school, Mum used to be comfortable that I am with the guys from the square. Either Auntie's giving me a sandwich or we are there, or she's giving us a drink, treating us exactly like their own. And so many others I could name as well, as I just look across, okay, Raf and Shamsuddin and Mufti Amjad and his father and Farad Kakaji on the corner, and all the elders, some that have gone away from dunya, how they looked after us and influenced us and made sure that we were always on the straight and narrow. And it's very sad, but I've just seen one of the younger kids, somebody's house who I grew up in, just looked at me sort of like in the eyes and just walked away. Now that is something that is not a value for us. We respected our elders, and we still respect our elders, but it's a sad state of affairs. Look at this. I am pleased to tell you, you have passed your driving test. So I've managed to escape the cold and come inside to the warmth of the home. So I was walking in Hanover Square. I saw Kashif reversing his car. We had a little bit of banter, and we decided just to record a short video together. Now, Hanover Square is very close to my heart. It's something that I was involved in rejuvenating the square back in 1996. I have history in the square that goes back to the 1970s and beyond with my family as well. I did a whole load of research about the square, which was then dominated by people from the northwest of Pakistan, particularly the village of Wesa and Sirka and Formuli and many others as well. So look, it had a huge positive impact on my life. The people of that square, particularly the people of Wesa, I keep mentioning that, had a massive effect upon how I grew up, making sure I was on the straight and narrow. I learned so many things about life generally, spirituality, religion, respect for the elders, how you should speak, how you should take part in day-to-day activities, and making sure that norms and behavior was positive. So, you know, the words cannot describe how I feel about the people of the square. It would be unfair to mention so many names. However, it was I was jogging down memory lane, and Kashif came along, and his family is also from Vesa as well. Some of his elders had massive influence upon me as well. So look, you know, we put a little video together about how some of the things were, how some of the things are, and we talked about many things as well. So if you're liking what you're seeing, please share it, please subscribe it, please like it, please get involved, and let me know what you want me to talk about on this video. I keep saying this is your channel, okay? I'm just your means, really. I've put it together so we can share views, share thoughts, okay, share a little bit of history, share a little bit of culture, and I'm very passionate about these things as well. So look, wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful, blessed day.